and he does it at the highest level. We were talking, DeRosa, about PCA yesterday, and you said, how many guys do you buy a ticket to watch on the field, and you can't wait to watch the way they move?
He's one of them.
The totality of the play. It's a short list, and Tatis is on it.
The ability to take over a game, but do it looking like an entertainer. Body movements, body motion in space. This guy is everything. When he's going right, and he got off to a terrible start. He didn't hit a homer until almost June, and now he's going bonkers. From both sides of the ball, he's still hugely effective. So I wanted to dive in because you got the full experience last night real quick, and we're gonna take the first homer and take a look at it, side angle, see the adjustments he's made at the plate, what he's been able to accomplish. We all know the defense, the arm, the ability to rob homers, but it's the beauty with which his body moves that's different. So I want to bring up some splits right now. Take a look at the season splits by games. First 50, don't even look at that. That's when you're driving home from Petco wondering what the heck is going on. 50 games, no homers. For an athlete like this, you'd think he'd run into 2 or 3. Last 75, 306 with 15, an on base of 374, and a slug of 528. A weighted runs created plus of almost 150. He's stealing bags, and his Fangraph WAR is 3.2. It's through the roof. So let's go through the first home run and break it down a little bit. You're settling into your seat. Run that back for me real quick. He's pot committed to a belt high heater. Sees it big, 92 miles an hour, 91 miles an hour, and he's going second deck with it. The only difference is earlier in the year, we're going to take a look at this side angle. Pause this for me real quick. Get him to foot contact. Keep going. Pause. Run it back 2. One more. There you go. All right. When you lock in on Fernando Tatis Jr., he is a diver, and usually divers have trouble pulling the baseball because they got to work around this left hip flexor, okay? But what you were seeing early in the season is not only was he diving, but he was losing his rear end to go with it. So your chest gets over yourself, and you lose where your barrel is. And what happens? You have a tough time elevating anything pull side. Everything's going to be on the ground and flared to right field. The ability to stay tall, and we'll get into it a little deeper in his second home run to the opposite field. Look at his body now. Chest is tall, rear end's under him. He's allowed to, even though he dives a little bit, to create space and beauty with his swing, to work around this left hip flexor and still drive the ball pull side in the air. That ball is absolutely destroyed. You heard me say it yesterday with PCA. You think he's hitting to this baseball? Not a chance. This baseball's getting in the way of a great swing and great direction. Look at the non-pull, pull, and pull in the air. Look at the first 50 games for Tatis. Pull in the air and pull percentage were non-existent. He couldn't get the ball in the air. Now, 38.8% last 75 games and 13.2. He's doubled it. So he's definitely feeling better at the dish. What adjustments has he made? I want to get into that a little bit. So take a look at this. This is early last year. Then this is early this year. And then that's the most recent. So he kind of is a hybrid. Not as wide open as he was at the start of last season. Then he closed up for some reason. He wanted to make that change. And now he's kind of hybrid with his front foot. Get me to a side angle. It's easier to see in a side angle. Because it looks pretty similar, but he's actually standing a lot more athletic in August. Look at him in 25, right? You always tinker and eventually get back to when you were pretty successful. For whatever reason, in May, he wanted to start a little bit more open, a little bit more closed, a little bit more spread between the width of his feet. Now he has gotten a little bit more athletic in what he's trying to accomplish at the plate. Pause. Now run this slow. Hips aren't sliding, staying behind the baseball and driving it. You can see it on the stance metrics grid. Here he is, March and May of 2025. Open and real narrow. All of a sudden, he shows up to spring training. He wants to close up a little bit and get wider. Now he's kind of gotten to a hybrid where he's a little bit more wide open and he's a little bit more athletic and a little bit more narrow in his stance. All right, let's dive into the second AB. So he's made the stance adjustment to create the ability to pull the baseball a little bit more. Run that back for me. 2-1 count. Knows Thornton can't beat him inside with a fastball. Knows he doesn't have that in the tank. So he just sits middle, up, out, over to stay on the off speed. And he's able to drive this to right center. And it goes back to what we talked about in the first side angle. The ability to let your body move in space. Run this back for me. Now think about it like this. When he was going bad, everything, right? He's closed up, he's diving, his chest is in front of him. He can't create the space to stay behind the baseball. So he's either going to cheat and get out on his front side, or he's going to fight to kind of recoil. Now, with everything moving around, a tall chest and his rear end under him, he's able to set this foot down and play pepper with the baseball to the big part of the field. Destroyed. And when he's going good, he hammers not only fastballs, last 75 games, 326 with 5, but what does it allow you to do when you're in a good position to drive the ball the other way? It keeps you on the off speed. 318 with 7 and a 625 slug. Real quick, he does some things that are pretty freaky. I'm going to take you to Petco here in a second. Let's get back into it. This is Kyle Harrison. This is a changeup up. There's not many guys that are roasting that ball dead right field against Kyle Harrison. There's a perfect example, Christian Javier. If he's thinking pull the fastball, he's not able to stay through that and drive it out and keep it fair. Ginkle, hanging breaking ball. Another one from J.R. Ritchie. Watch where this lands in Truist Park. Good grief. I mean, that's 3/4 of the way up the concourse. And then Javier Assad taking a breaking ball, oppo in Wrigley. So he is in his most athletic position right now from an offensive standpoint. He's gone bonkers. And then add in the defense. Outfield DRS leader since the start of 23. Dalton Varsho, Kwan, Cedon, but Tatis. And it's the beauty. We talk about it all the time. Let's get into it real quick. He does it. It makes it look different. He makes it look like it's a Broadway show. It's 1, 2, 3, boom. Oh, perfect extension. Lord. The wingspan is perfect. Look at the flip of the ball to the glove. Think he ever loses sight of people paying money to come see him play?
Oh, man.
And he's been doing this his entire career. Oh. I'll be the first to admit when they moved him off shortstop to right field, I thought he was going to get bored out there.
Yeah.
We all said that kind of, right?
It's crazy. When you're playing shortstop and you're seeing what pitch is coming with the pitch comm and you're invested in the game and everybody's bobbing and weaving, you feel like you're into it. They stick you out as a former infielder, move to the outfield. You hear birds chirping, people talking in the background. I thought he would get bored in right field. Nope. He's a 2-time Platinum Glove Award winner. He's got an absolute cannon, and he's been playing at second base.
They put him at second sometimes.
Yeah, we'll just throw him at second. You can put him anywhere you want, Robert.
Unbelievable.
We'll end it with the totality. Bring me a Fangraphs scoreboard, and we'll get out right here. As bad as the start of his season was, he's at 3.2 WAR since the start of May 24th. PCA's got everybody doubled, and then Gabby Moreno. But Tatis has been valuable for the Pods. Pods are cemented into that third wild card spot right now.
Yeah, they've opened up a 2-game lead over the Arizona Diamondbacks, who have dropped 2 in a row against the Red Sox. Cardinals 3 back for that final wild card spot.